Hello everybody, this is Juntes. Today we're going to be taking a look at how to farm intact demon eyes. So it's pretty straightforward, so this is going to be a short guide on it. There are other guides on YouTube that kinda, gives ideas for it and whatnot, but I have always been kinda into min-maxing and being efficient. That is a fun gameplay for me. But let's move on. So the vendor, Oryx the Altar, is the dude that sells all the items. He sells a pet, a toy, also the item to open up the portal to enter the rare mob, which is basically just a portal with unlimited uses. But anyways, the important thing about this vendor is that if you don't want to waste 200 eyes on buying the item, so you can always get the buff in order to actually get the intact demon eyes from mobs, you can pretty much just always bank on the buff being up here. So when you take it, you're going to take 4 million damage. 4 million damage exact. So if you don't have 4 million health, you might want to pop a cooldown or whatever. But the main reason for the next part is why that is the best area. That is because right next to the vendor here, which is a perfect location in general, you can get the buff, and like everybody agrees that is also a very great spot, maybe even the best spot. So yeah, let's move on to the next part with this little introduction out of the way. So let's cover the raid part and farming. Ideally you do this in a raid. I think a lot of people are just kind of stupid and don't really understand that it actually works in a raid, but just to make sure, it does work in a raid, and you should always do it in a raid with at least 5 people if you can get a raid. 5 people is also okay if all 5 people are really spamming the tag buttons and whatnot. It doesn't really matter if they're doing a lot of damage, as long as they're just pulling all the time. But another problem is also with 5 people, it does kind of hurt with the 100% damage taken from the buff. So yeah, just do it in a raid. But anywho, as soon as you kinda got the buff, you just hop into the group finder, search for a group. In my case, I just type out demon search. If there's not a group up, I suggest you just make your own. That's what I did. And yeah, this spot here, it's basically just next to the vendor, and you can see I only been in this group for like an hour now, and there's always all these corpses here, and I can just quickly loot something, and I looted 7 demon eyes from this, and yeah, I don't know, another 5 from that one, 6 from this one. It goes so fast in this spot, but that is also not even the best part about it. Right down here, yeah, right down here is the freaking cave with the buff, in case you farm for more than 60 minutes and you need to retake the buff. And for whatever reason, if the buff is not up, you can always just realm hop and you're gonna find it up again. There's really nothing more to say than that. Do it in a raid group, get some good AoE going. Like in my case, a field druid, I have the legendary braces with the legendary twist, which just means that my thrash is hitting fucking 20 yards around my area, which is insane for the specific grind. Maybe not so useful in like a 5-man scenario where you end up pulling random mobs by mistake. But yeah, that's pretty much it. But that pretty much wraps it up. So thank you so much for watching, and leave questions, comments, whatever, if you kind of have any ideas for better farm areas, etc. Again, this just in general is the most popular one, just because it's also so close to the vendor and whatnot. But yeah, leave the comments if you have a better area for farming this one. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and as always, have a good one.